What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Where the Locals Skate. I'm your host once again, OG Skate Show. This is a podcast where we get to know local skaters on and off the board. And of course, here with me always, the Couch Boys.
Yo, what up?
We got Victor Castillo and David Prata in the house.
What's up, guys?
And now, let's introduce our guest this week. We have Jason Elrick in the house.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming down, buddy.
Morning. Good to see you, fellas.
Good morning, yeah. First question I ask everybody is, what city are you repping?
I guess Pomona, Chino.
Pomona, Chino?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are home for me.
Those are home?
Yeah.
Is that where you grew up?
Yeah, Chino, and then now I live in Pomona, so
okay.
But still frequent the area quite often.
Shout out to that, man.
Chino, you were also born there in Chino?
Well, originally Ontario, but yeah, basically like third grade till I was like 21.
That's where you were raised.
Yeah,
So you were like a Yala local and all that?
A little bit, yeah. So the Isle the park, like the old stair set, yeah, that was before the skate park. Yeah, that was home, yeah, for sure. That was like the first skate spot for sure.
With the 4-block and everything.
Yeah, 4-block. Yeah, I only did the 3, so I never did the big 4 or off the peak where there's the 2 and the 4. You know? Yeah, I never did that. So
okay, all right. And how did you start skating?
This was 80. I'm old, dude. So I'm 42.
Yeah. Okay, 42.
So 89, and then I got my first board in 90. It was a Pal Peralta from Pipeline Skate Shop.
Ooh.
So it was actually right after they tore the skate park down. They still had a skate shop in the industrial building, and my parents went there and bought my first board, Tony Hawk, the medallion.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
I'm glad. That's cool that you remember that.
Yeah.
Were you there when they purchased it?
I was. Well, actually, I think I was. I don't really recall. I don't know if it was a Christmas gift or
a birthday.
Yeah, something like that. But I remember seeing it, and then they got it, and then next thing I know, I opened it up as a gift.
As a gift,
yeah.
Dude, that's awesome, man. That's the best.
This time, did you already know what's up with skateboarding, or you're just kind of new to it?
A little bit new into it. So me and my homie Chris Pike, shout out to Chris. We look at Thrasher magazines, videos. You know, this was like. Search for Animal Chin, right? It's like 80s, so it's like old school. But like the big wheels.
That's a fun one to watch, though.
Yeah, big wheels, rails, right? Spacers, nose guards, like the whole thing. And then literally a year later, it switched to, 50 millimeters and skinny decks, 7.75s.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it did feel like a blink of an eye when that happened. But, yeah, man. It was like when I started skating, it was like, maybe early 80s, as a kid.
Okay.
But then when you take it serious, popsicle sticks were already around.
Yeah. So, and the medallion had the nose where it was already that skinny cut. So then they just made it full.
Right.
Yeah. So if you look up that board, the medallion, it was like a weird shape. Everybody hated it, but it was actually the start of this, the skinny shape. So,
yeah. I remember there was an old video too where like Steve Rocco had somebody break Rodney's board.
Oh,
his
really?
freestyle board. And then he's like, here, now you're going to skate these now. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Damn.
I just watched an interview on that too. It was pretty funny when he's talked about it.
Yeah.
Was that when he snapped his board and then like he gave him a new one, like saying that you're sponsored by us now?
No. It was like you have to start riding these popsicle sticks now instead of the
Basically,
freestyle board.
Change the shape.
Oh,
Yeah.
Forcing him to skate the other thing. Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, dude, I heard Steve Rocco's back in skateboarding a little bit, so
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I've heard some stuff through the grapevine, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude. But shout out to that dude. And was it somebody that in your family that you knew that skater? Or just the homies?
Just the homies.
Just
yeah,
the homies already
from going to school.
Thrasher?
Chris, yeah. Honestly, it was just me and him, and we just got into it. I don't know. It was just something about it.
Okay.
It's like excited.
Heck yeah.
And then when you got to skate, it was.
And back then too, it was only like photos in a mag too.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So you don't
VHS.
see. You don't actually see how it's really being created yet until you get the video.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So then after that, it was just the mission and building ramps in the backyard. My dad would build ramps. He would bring stuff home from the construction site, big pipes. Cool. So that's how I got to perfect my board slide, honestly, from my dad bringing stuff home from construction sites.
Like when we built our board slide first, it was like 2 skinny PVC pipes.
Yeah, he did that, but he had
he got the big round one?
Big round one, huge
we
one.
found
and
one
it
of
was
those
long because he had the big old rack on his truck.
Was it real flimsy too? Like
yes, but he made it supported. Yeah.
He had to put so many anchors in it, like supports across the whole thing.
Shout out to my pops. He always had everything and would be able to
plastic
Jimmy rig it to skate it. So it was awesome.
Yeah, that's so funny. We had the same thing, man.
Yeah.
It was so long; it'd be a miracle to do the whole thing. And we had it going down a hill.
Oh, okay.
So it was just like crazy scary.
Yeah, we had a good spot in my backyard, and me and Chris would just session for hours all day. Honestly, that's how I got so good at doing a board slide from my pops bringing stuff home. So
well, that's one thing I don't want to ever lose is a board slide.
No,
you know what I mean.
It's a great feeling.
It's a great feeling. Yeah.
I wanted to ask, what school did you go to?
So I went to Briggs Elementary in Chino, and then I went to a private school, Ontario Christian. So
okay. How do they feel about skating at the private school?
It was cool.
It was cool.
Yeah, they were good. I played sports. You just had to fall in line. Obey the rules, right? Even though it's high school.
Everywhere.
So we had our craziness, even though it was a private school.
They were thinking it was gonna be like in Happy Gilmore, skateboarding's the devil.
Yeah, no, it was nothing like that. No, it was school was cool. Yeah, everybody's cool there.
That's cool.
It was normal school.
Any spots at that school?
No, but so Ontario High School up the street did. I don't know if they had those ledges with the stairs. I don't know if you guys have ever skated that spot. And they also had that big stair set out front with the big ledges and the handrail. I think it was a 5 or a 6 stair. Damn. Yeah, it was in a few mags and videos back in the day. So
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
And did you ever skate those things?
I skated the ledges inside,
Inside?
but not the big set. No, that was
That's
big boy stuff. Past my pay grade.
All right. Are you goofy or regular?
Goofy
footed.
Yes.
All right. Shout out to that, man.
I want to ask, how did you find out your stance? Like, how did you first find out about being goofy or regular?
That's a good question. I don't even know, man. I don't know. You just figure it
out.
I
think you just stand on the board. And
I don't remember that.
Like, there's an instinct in you that which way's feels straight.
Right.
Like if you're going forward,
right.
There's got to be some kind of weird instinct that you feel comfortable.
I don't know who told me this, or I read it in a magazine, but it's like when you're a kid, so you have socks on your feet and there's a slick floor. It's whatever you run and you slide in whatever front foot. That's how your stance is. Okay. So whatever is comfortable for you. So any kids out there listening to this, run across the floor and whatever front foot goes forward. That's the stance you are.
We've had a couple of different theories on how to figure out whether you're goofy or regular without knowing yet.
Yeah.
Like I've said before, there was a guy that was a surfer that I used to work with, and then he would just be like, stand still, and then he'll kind of push you from behind a little bit.
Okay.
And whatever foot you use
goes forward.
That's your
front foot.
But I used like the other foot, like if I was goofy, but I'm regular.
Oh.
So, and he's like, but what? And I was like, well, maybe because I was pushing goofy or pushing, was it Mongo?
Mongo.
Maybe it's because I was pushing Mongo that I step with a different foot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But before I get all comments in there, I don't push Mongo no more.
As a kid, it happens, bro.
Why? I mean, I kind of took it a little further.
Oh,
as
did
a kid,
you? Okay.
But no one told me. Nobody told me anything back in the day, except my brother.
Oh,
my brother was the only one. He's like, dude, no one wants to tell you this, but you gotta stop pushing like that, man.
Somebody's gotta tell. I tried to tell a kid at the skate park one day, nicely, like, hey, man, you gotta.
But I've said that too. But I go, well, try pushing with both feet. Like if you're, if you ever get tired, try the other leg,
right? And
then try to do that. Like if you're going up a hill, don't walk up it, push up it.
Exactly.
And you switch legs, and then that's what I did.
Nice.
So I didn't walk up hills. I skated, and when that Mongo leg got tired, I used the other one. That's why I kind of had a skill to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But it took a minute to actually train myself to really, learn how to take off and everything, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Still a little hesitant, but I'm working on it still. But yeah, man, dude. And who was the crew back then? Who were you skating with?
It was just mainly Chris Pike, so still homie. I've been homie with him since 3rd grade, and we still skate, snowboard.
That's cool.
On a weekly basis, so shout out to him.
He comes out to P-Side as well?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
He's been to P-Side. We do Saturday skate mornings, so every Saturday the old man crew. Chris Keene that we had on here. Ryan, so bunch of Nate we had on here. So
okay.
Pawn Shop dudes will meet, so we'll do like a Saturday morning sesh. P-Side crew guys. So,
that's dope. And these guys were back in the day too?
No, these guys were back in the day. So it was just Chris Pike and then Scott Ramos. I don't know what that fool's up with, but And then it was actually a chick. We had a chick in our crew.
That's cool, man. Hey.
She was a skater chick, and then
did you guys show her Alyssa Steamer or anything like that? Like, here, check
dude,
out.
I don't even know if Lisa was. I mean, she probably was, but she was probably not in the mags yet, type of thing. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's still back then.
Yeah, I mean, this is early '90s.
Yeah.
So, and then another homie, Josh Bernstein. So that was kind of our crew, the four of us.
Did you guys ever come up with a name or anything like
No,
that?
no, we just skated. Like yeah, we were like kind of outcasts at school, in elementary and junior high. So.
Yeah. I don't know if names came up till later, because we didn't have a name either.
No, yeah,
we named spots, but we didn't name. We didn't have a crew name or anything like that.
We just skated.
Were you guys ever competitive to try to see who was the best one or nothing like that?
No, honestly, we always knew Chris was the best one. So just shout
Chris
out
Pike?
Yeah, Chris Pike.
Okay.
He still is. But no, it's nothing like that. It's just like have fun, do your tricks, like whatever you're comfortable with. Just kids. Having.
Was
a good
he
time.
the one that would have all the mags and stuff like that, or did you?
We both did.
Both did.
Yeah, we both did. Yeah, we would get mags or video VHS. Or somebody would get a tape and then record it onto a blank. Remember that with cassettes and everything.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's how we would do it as a kid. So.
Man, for those that don't know out there, man, we even had to mess with the tracking.
Oh, dude.
Remember if they look, look a little fuzzy, we'd like, let's see if we can get this thing to look cleaner. I mean. Man, the stuff we're looking at today, we're spoiled.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's so clean and crisp, but hey, man, everything starts somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, shout out. What were some of your favorite videos back then?
Oh, dude.
Even now, even till now.
So Plan B was huge, right? So virtual reality.
My favorite as well.
I mean, that was like...
that was a mind blower.
Yeah, mind blower. New Deal. So New Deal was big back then. Think skateboards. Like, this is some OG stuff. Some of it's still not around.
Yeah, I think it's gonna sound funny. I think might be coming back.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
but that'd be cool.
Yeah,
people want it.
Yeah, so
I think people want it.
What else was another brand? I'm trying to think. I'm like blanking, but I remember having the New Deal pants, New Deal skate deck. That was big back then with the sun. You know. Then it was the big size 40, 38 pants with small wheels.
Dude,
Stussy was big back then.
Was big,
the 8-ball.
What shoes were you rocking back then?
Back then was Vans and Airwalks.
Airwalks, yeah. I used to rock the Airwalk ones.
Yeah, that's one of the half cab. Well, first it was the full cab, and then it was the half cab that came out, and then the Airwalks. The old OG Airwalks. So.
Are you still watching videos now? Are you still
a little bit on YouTube? I watch your guys, podcasts. So
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We love
anything skate related, snow related. I snowboard a lot, so
I seen that.
Another passion of mine.
I did want to get into that a little later.
Okay.
But
cool.
Yeah. Local skate shop.
Local skate shop, Pawn Shop. Shout out. Kavina and now in Pomona. So go visit there and go get some gear.
Yeah. You hanging out in the shops a lot over there?
A little bit, yeah. Just like as a kid, it's fun to get in there and talk skate, hang out.
That's where to do it.
Yeah.
I think that's what always makes the vibe on a local shop, and you can come in, kick it, vibe out with the dudes that work there.
100%.
Make it like a little hub to meet up with the homies.
Yep.
Yeah,
see all the new stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just like a kid still. I see all the skateboards and I'm like, guys,
It's kind of cool too. Like if I go to my local shop, sometimes they have boxes still they haven't even opened.
Oh, yeah.
And posted on their Instagram. So, it's always cool to go visit because sometimes, they'll be like, oh, I'm about to, post these up if you want to go through them.
Yep.
And I'll be like, oh, damn, there's some gems in here. I'll get it this way if you want. Damn, that's always cool.
Yeah, no, 100%. Shout out to AP out there and everybody working there. So appreciate those dudes.
Heck yeah.
Would I also acknowledge, shout out to Pawn Shop and stuff, but would I acknowledge when I was up there, up there to San Luis Obispo when we stopped at Ceremony Skate Shop, shout out to them.
Yeah.
I acknowledge we're talking to the dude that was running the shop at that time. And then there was some other guy that walked in, but he was checking out some shoes, but we kept talking to the other dude, the shop owner or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the other guy kind of was walking out because he wasn't getting no help or being acknowledged, But as he was walking out, the owner's like, "Hey man, did you see anything you like or need some help?"
Yeah.
And he walked back and they just started chopping it up for a long time, But
Yeah.
that's another thing that I noticed, people like to get acknowledged when you're in a skate shop or something,
Sometimes.
hey, you need help or something,
Well, yeah.
Because some people just walk in.
It can be intimidating walking into a skate shop if you've never really been in.
100%. And if you're not a skater and then you see these guys tattoos or piercings or whatever, you know. It's
or
like,
the fact that
what?
they're not asking, you know, because a lot of us skaters, like, sometimes, like, I already know what I want, and I'm trying to go and find it, right?
Yeah.
And then, or I'm just looking around for now, you know,
Right.
but it's always courteous for someone to be like, hey, if you
Yep.
need anything, just let me know. I'm right over here, you know, I'm not ignoring you or
Yeah.
whatnot.
And those dudes over there, anytime anybody walks in, they always acknowledge any help. So they're very knowledgeable over there.
Right.
And like, yeah, because like a parent will come in, right, and they're getting it for a kid or something, you know, and like,
That's important.
if you don't say something to them, yeah, man, you got to give them acknowledgement and say what's up.
But yeah, there's some shops, like you said, that he didn't give them the acknowledgement, but you know, I mean, you don't want a sale to walk out the door.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's a fun spot just to hang, chill, and chop it up, and talk skate. So
yeah, shout out to Pawn Shop, man.
Yeah.
Especially that, and then we just had Nate on the show, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
And what would be your board setup?
Right now I'm skating heroin decks, the big boys. I like the 10, 9.5 or bigger.
I gotta try it. I think I gotta try it one day at least.
The last few days I've been skating the wide boy, so that's a 10.4 I think, or something like that. It's pretty.
Are you flipping the board?
No, I can do a heel flip on it, but I'm not a flipper. I'm a board slider. Curbs, double-sided curbs.
Dancing the board to you, like doing the hurricanes and all that stuff? Or?
Not really.
Not
no,
really?
Yeah. Just
One day,
slappy
maybe?
grinds, 50-50, 5-0s. Yeah, just kind of your
I
basic.
love 5-0s.
Again, I'm up there in age, so.
But slappies are fun.
Yeah, dude, I love it. So that's what keeps me going, man. Board slide, slappies, is all day long. I could do that all day long.
I just still trip out on all the dudes skating those big boards, like the crazy things I see them doing on it.
Oh, do it flipping and everything, dog. Yeah.
Like I brought up earlier, I saw Swampy at the Durham Bros thing, and I was just like mind blown by the things he was doing on this big old board.
He's so creative. Him and Noli, those guys, dude, rip for the company. Yeah, and I love supporting skater. Like Foss will come out to the DIY, right, and hang out with his whole crew, and they're all rad. Skating, so. Supporting a company. He's
such a skate rat too. And you could tell how much he cares about his company.
Oh yeah.
He's always posting live, videos of him in his warehouse, and the guys are coming in. They get to pick out their boards, and he's like so stoked. He's like, look at the beautiful colors, and look at how this one came out, and. Dude. Oh man!
Yeah,
and then
he's more stoked on skating than a lot of people. Yeah.
I know, and I'm like, wow. And people tell me he's a rad dude.
Yeah, he's super cool.
They're like, he'd probably come on your show. I'm like, dude, I don't know, but that'd be awesome.
He might, yeah. I don't know, yeah, he might, but yeah, he's again. So supporting companies like that, I just, that goes a long way. So, and Little John's Rails, shout out to Little John's Rails. I don't know if. He's a good dude and skate rat from Texas, has a family, right? He makes these out of his shop. So rails, all different shapes and sizes. So
dude, I've been wanting to get some
Little John's rails.
Yeah, I'm gonna check them out because I've been wanting to get because I buy the ones that I see at the skate shop. They're pig. And they're super thin, though. They don't last very long.
Well, again, those are injection molded. Little John's comes from hard cuts, plastic, sheets of plastic. So they last. You can have one set of rails that last you 3 boards.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, because I could go through a rail pretty quick.
Pretty quick, especially if it's a board slide day.
I'm already like I skate I took down a sign, so it has all the little holes in it, right?
Okay.
So as soon as that starts running out of meat on that bone, that bolt starts getting caught in the little.
Dude,
it's like I'm like, oh no, and then I got to take the screw out of the middle at least because that's where it grinds down the quickest.
And then you get the chatter, when that happens.
Oh yeah, but I put double-sided tape.
Okay, yeah. So Little John's comes with it,
so it doesn't. Yep. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah. So it keeps the rattle down.
Yeah. So other than that, what other heroin and that's.
Trucks,
crooked skateboards, all Ace trucks. Yeah, Spitfire wheels.
Okay.
Yeah, Swiss bones.
Yeah, okay. Bones in Swiss.
Yeah.
I mean bones in Spitfires.
Yep.
That's funny. Does Spitfire make a bearing?
I don't think so. I think they did for a while, but
I don't think that kind of feels like you should if you're making. I don't know. Yeah. Stay out of that one.
Yeah.
But Bones is smart to make both wheels and.
I was gonna say, I'm standing on the opposite side. All I ride is Bones and Bone
I've
Swisses.
seen that.
You got wearing Spitfire.
I like their gear. They always bring out some pretty sick gear.
Right, they got fly gear for sure.
I bought 2 sweaters up north from them because they're so sick.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Because I was wearing because I bought they had those package deals where $100 you get a mystery box from Grizzly Grip, right?
Yep.
So I get the mystery box, and of course it comes with T-shirt, whatever, and you know. But I don't use the grip. I use Mob. So I'm like, I feel weird, like rocking Grizzly big old teddy bear shirt, and I'm like, they're like, but you don't even
wear the grip.
Yeah. So I was like, I feel it just feels weird. Like, you know, you see somebody in a Nike suit wearing like Adidas shoes. You're like, what happened there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But yeah, dude, that's cool, dude. And then what's your grip of choice?
So I do run some Grizzly because Grizzly and Pawn did a collab, so I'll run the Pawn Shop Grizzly grip or Mob. Mob's I like Mob the best. So yeah, it's the grippiest. It flicks good. Or not flicks good, but sliding and slappy grinds. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean you're right about that. It's grippy. It flicks good. It's nice. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I bought the big giant roll, so I haven't run it out since. Man, dude. It's just been had it for like almost 3 years.
Damn, that's the way to go.
Dude, I had that thing forever.
Yeah. Now I know who to look for when I need grip.
Yeah.
I know who to ask.
Actually, yeah, we just had Hefty Cole on the show, so he brought us some grip. Actually, I forgot to give it to you, Lisa. There's some right there.
Hey, shout out.
Yeah, I actually Grizzly. I met one of the homies. Oh, man, I'm terrible with names. He was at one of the pawn shop, but he's one of the big reps for Grizzly, and he sent me a box, like my first box ever. So.
Dude, that's gotta be badass.
Yeah, so I was cool. So I have a bunch of Pawn Shop Grizzly grip from him. So yeah,
that's right.
Shout out to Grizzly. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I if I had it, if they supported it, I'd rock it.
Yeah, heck yeah.
But dude, that's so cool. Local skate park.
Local skate park. Shoot, I don't. P-side, honestly.
P-side.
Yeah,
I mean
that's.
No, I love that.
The DIY. So, but La Puente skate park. That's another good one. It's like 15 minutes from my house. So, and it's a fun park. The Pawn Shop or Park in Covina. That'll probably be my local next. So,
dude, yeah, that new one they're building.
Yeah,
I can't wait to go check it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What about
I'll be there like 3 years later when the hype dies out.
When the hype dies out, yeah, when you can actually skate it without people in there, yeah, it's gonna be packed for sure.
I wanted to ask, what about growing up in the '90s? What was your local park?
We didn't have skate parks, bro. So there was it was just street spots, and then I still have my membership cards. I should have brought them, but so our parents would drive us up to Santa Barbara to Pal Skate Zone. So Pal Peralta had an indoor skate park. And we would go there.
Damn,
Santa Barbara, so our parents
cool.
would drive. And then Moreno Valley had a skate park, and you had to have a membership. But it's all wood ramps. It wasn't anything like it is now, concrete.
So was it like a warehouse or outdoor?
That was outdoor, Moreno Valley, dog.
Wow.
So it was hot, dog, in the summer. But yeah, shout out to my parents, and Chris's parents would drive us out there, every weekend. Cool. We would skate, so... but mainly skate spots by the house, behind, like Miller's Outpost. They had like a ledge and like a curb. Where else? Shoe City Gap in Chino. I don't know if anybody's been there.
Shoe City Gap. Were you slap grinding back then, or is that something kind of new?
More ollieing it, but I was board sliding. So like in the '90s, they would wax the whole sidewalk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you would slide the whole sidewalk, type of thing. So.
Jumping off stairs wasn't a thing back then.
A little bit. I wasn't like daredevilish, so I was like 5-stair most, right? Or whatever. Yeah. So I wasn't trying to get crazy because I just, I don't know.
Yeah, well, hey,
you know your limits, and
that's smart to know your limits because like I the most I jumped down was 8 stairs. I've said it before, and I've landed it, but I mean, it was scary. But my boy would be like, "Come on, you got this."
It just wasn't fun, I was just like, "This is not fun." Like getting yourself scared to go skate.
And I was like, "If there's a camera, I'll try it." Because at least we'll get a clip. If something's coming home.
Yeah. See, back then there was no camera. I think the homie's dad had the big old VHS one, and that was like once in a while he would bring it out. But we would never. There was no. Yeah,
we had the little high 8 with the little tapes. Okay. That's when that came out. But still, like. Earlier, like when the '90s, we didn't film nothing.
That stuff was expensive. Any type of camera or electronics in the '90s was there was no phones, so
that was the best though. No phones.
Yeah, that's cool. So I mean, it's a whole different experience. These kids these days don't know.
I mean, they got, and I think that's why you like the DIY spots because I mean that's how you kind of grew up is in the streets. And we'd always like you said, your dad worked in construction. You said? So he'd bring home extra, plywood or maybe like a giant piece of tube so you guys could board slide.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what we did. But we'd go and find it in the streets, you know.
Yeah,
and then,
exactly.
You know, next thing you know, we're coming down the street with a big old piece of plywood, and we're gonna either turn it into a kicker or even I'll post it against the wall and just try to see how steep I can get it to go.
Exactly.
Like I'll start off like this. Yeah. And the next thing you know, it's like the next thing you know, I'm like almost vertical.
That's when you get that one where you go too high and then it just
You're
just like, oops.
I've done that where like you kind of flex it and then the thing just goes straight, slides down to the floor.
Dude. We would skate Don Lugo High School though a lot. So homie Chris lived right down the street, or his parents, and so I'd get dropped off there, and then everywhere we go, we'd have to skate. So we'd skate from his house.
Don Lugo the one in Rosemead?
No, Chino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Don Lugo High School in Chino. Yeah. So
what did they have there to skate?
They had like a ledge, some stairs. They had like these banks almost.
Ooh, yeah, I always loved a good bank.
Bunch of stairs though. They had like a few stair sets, so like 3 and 4 set, like some decent. Where you're not gonna hurt yourself and can still ollie down it, you know.
Did you guys ever like skate around like Upland area and all that?
A little bit. So we would get dropped off at Chafee High School back in the day when it was OG Chafee.
Yeah.
Richard Mulder would be there. Shout out Richard.
Shout out, dude.
All the Jonas brothers were there, both of them.
Yeah.
All the OGs.
Jonas brothers?
Ray. Sorry,
Ray?
Jonas.
Oh, okay, Jonas and Jeremy.
Jeremy, yeah, Ray. Both of the brothers.
Ray
were
bros.
There. Yeah. So and I didn't skate a lot back then because I was so intimidated going to Chafee. These guys were filming.
The same way.
And I was a little kid and people smoking weed back then. You know, in the early '90s, that was like a big no-no. So it was very intimidating going there as a kid. So I'd skate off in the corner. There's
a mani pad in the back.
Yeah. We would skate. Yeah, in the back, in the corner, or under the auditorium. I don't know if you guys remember the old auditorium that had like those small little manual pads.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's like got shade and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'd stay over there, and then everybody else is skating the big stuff up top. So
yeah, dude. And then when I got there, I was like looking at the ledges, how they were just so round and like
gnarly.
Oh my,
high.
Yeah,
super high. Like
I had all these plans when I was in the car. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I get there, I'm like, dude, they look a lot smaller in the video.
Yeah.
So.
I have a question. Back to your parents taking you to Santa Barbara Powwow Peralta.
Mm-hmm.
How would you guys convince your parents to like take you there, and how did you guys know that place was there?
Good question. I don't know. I think Chris somehow found out it was there.
It'd probably be like in Thrasher or something. Magazines.
Yeah. So Chris Pike, and so Chris played soccer as a kid, and he had a soccer tournament up there, and he somehow convinced his dad to take us after his soccer tournament to Pal Skate Zone. So we went there, and it was cheaper to buy a membership than a one day or something like that. Right. So then I had the membership, and when I came home, I'm like, hey, Mom, I got this membership. So then, I don't know, somehow she wanted to do a little vacation, get away. Yeah. So she took us. It was just my mom.
That's cool.
The next trip.
So they would go and drop you guys off, maybe do
exactly.
shopping around the area, go sightseeing.
Yep, exactly. So my mom got to do her thing while we would skate all day,
That's cool.
At the Pal Skate Zone. So, but yeah, the first one was because Chris had a soccer tournament up there.
That's right.
So
a lot of times, like you don't even know spots are there, like until maybe like there's a lot of people that do like maybe those grub hubs and stuff, and then they'll be like, oh damn, look at it over here taking food, and there's a ledge right there.
Yep. Yeah. So shout out to Marty. Yeah. So he would take us surfing. He would take us down San Clemente. Like he was a rad dad. And same with my parents. My parents, like honestly, it's so much support. I don't know. I guess I don't. I have a stepson, but the love for your kids, right? You'll do anything. So yeah, they provided me and supported my passion. So amazing. Shout out Mom and Dad. Love
shout
you guys.
out to them. Yeah, it's always cool to have that support. Yeah.
Were your parents ever the parents that'll take your board away if you had bad grades or didn't behave?
Yeah. I had to get good grades, so that was always, for sure. So, but as long as I had good grades, I could do my thing. They would let me skate. I could wear the crazy clothes, right?
That's cool.
In the 90s, it was like wearing size 40s, right? Extra large, and I'm a 100-pound kid, wearing these clothes, So I look like a freak,
Did you ever dye your hair?
No, they didn't allow me to dye my hair.
Me neither.
So
yeah,
I could have it long or shaved.
Yeah, I could wear the baggy clothes, but I couldn't. Yeah,
couldn't dye the hair. No.
And then and it took a while for that, like, to let me shave my head too. But then I did it one day.
Okay.
And then I was like, everybody's like, dude, you look way better.
Okay.
I was like, all right, this is gonna stay now.
Yeah. So I had the long hair, the wave, and then shaved head, and now that I'm going
the wave like Tony Hawk.
Yeah, like exactly. Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude, the 90s wave, dog. For sure, Tony Hawk was my idol, bro. So it was my first board. So still love watching that guy skate. So.
Heck yeah! You ever think about trying vert? Did you ever try vert?
I dropped in a few times. So in Moreno Valley, they had the big vert ramp. Also in high school, the homie I went the dairy. I grew up in the dairy lands in Ontario, and they had a huge warehouse, and it was a vert ramp under there, huge, in private property. So I got to skate that for a few years. They also had like an indoor DIY. Kyle Mitchell, he built it. Shout out Kyle Mitchell. I don't think he's not on Instagram or anything, but he's an OG Chino skater DIY guy. So yeah,
dude, shout out, dude, and dropping in on a vert. What size would you say it was?
No, I don't know. Normal vert. I don't know. The big vert ramp, like
the
scary.
Big is too
big. It goes in, bro, and then so. And then when you're coming up, you're going so fast, you gotta like not pump because you're gonna either go air or have to 50-50 across the coping, and I wasn't gonna do that. So,
yeah, because it's not safe to like try to bail out of that. No, because you'll slam.
But I had full pads, so during those times you had to wear pads at the skate park. Yeah. So you were able to fall on your pads.
That's so cool, dude. Yeah. Shout out, man.
I want to ask, were your parents ever like sketch about that, like you're getting injured or stuff like that, or did you ever have any injury that was
I was a crazy kid growing up since day one, dog, so that's just that they created me, so I was just like like climbing trees, right? I busted my teeth out as a kid jumping on the bed, like trying to jump from the couch to the bed, and then I hit like the side and knocked my teeth out, like at 2 years old or something. Like I was like I don't know, feed off of like adrenaline, I guess, or whatever, since a young age. So
climbing trees is always fun.
Climbing trees, fences, getting on roofs, right? I mean, normal crazy kid boy stuff,
that kid
right?
too. I was that kid climbing school roofs and stuff, and then my little cousin would jump off the roof.
Yes.
And then I was like,
jumping off brick walls, high of a brick wall you can jump, just dumb stuff, right? Like,
and I was like, well, shit, maybe I can do it. And then I did it, and I just, bent my knees, rolled, and I was like, wow, that wasn't that bad, but it was scary.
My mom, I know she's freaked out my whole life. She probably still is that I do this stuff. So, but my dad, he's good. It makes boys tough. So very supportive. Yeah, no,
you gotta let them fall, and
So and anytime I got hurt and my mom didn't know about, my dad said, "Don't tell your mom yet. Let's get you fixed up first, and then we'll tell your mom."
Yeah, your back.
Hey, he got hurt, but he's fixed.
It's not serious.
Yeah.
I just dropped him off at the dentist. He's fine.
So,
Shout out.
Shout
out, Pops.
Shout out, Pops.
Yeah. And then for the support, too, like you said, he's always, like, hooking you guys up, trying to make you guys the DIY spots as well. Dude.
Bringing stuff home, always, like, setting up lights, floodlights at night. Like, we had
You had a good driveway to skate? Or
we had a big, my parents had, like, a pretty, almost half acre, and it was, like, the corner lot, so all concrete, and they had, like, big driveway, and my dad had all these floodlights from construction, right?
So you didn't have to be in the street or nothing. You're right there in the...
Yeah, well, at street during the day, and then come home, we'd have the floodlights. So,
but I mean, like you guys weren't in the front yard.
No, we had like a cul-de-sac, so there was no traffic or anything, and we could have like the whole street, the driveway, and the backyard. So cool. It was like one big area to skate. It was cool. Yeah, I waxed the curb out front. Some lady almost freaking broke her hip because she hit the wax coming out of her car. So then my dad got pissed and he made me clean off the wax. Yeah. Just because in the 90s you would wax the whole curb, bro. The curb all the way, like, so your wheels would slide, like a board slide. I had a perfect curb out front, dude. So
did you notice the red curb out there?
I didn't. No. I was just trying to find them. Like, where am I at? You know.
So. Well, I painted that myself.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So and that's the one I skate. So that could be like a lesson out there, so people don't slip and fall on your curb. If you wax your own curb, paint it red first and do it like, without people seeing you, because it could be illegal.
It was a hot summer day, bro, and that wax melts, bro. And dude, she fell right on her back, dude. Yeah, my dad was so pissed. Why the hell are you putting so much wax? Yeah, dude. So
it's gotta slide.
No more. So he was out there making me with the grinder, grinding it off. Full on. He took acid to it, everything, dog. So
they used to we used to skate at a place that was like, we used to call it the lip slide, and we like waxed every curb in that little parking lot, and it was like off Telegraph, and it was cool. It was like behind a wall. We didn't really. Every so often we'll get kicked out of there. Nobody seemed to even go into that building from that parking lot. so it was pretty safe in there. But every so often they'd come and sandblast all the wax.
Oh yeah.
And then we just have to go back to the 99-cent store and buy a bunch of candles.
Yep.
And we didn't know about rub bricking back then, or we would have been even way better. But
or lacquer, right? Get a can of lacquer and throw it on first.
As many candles we had to go through just to get that thing back to sliding again. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But man, I don't think there's no more 99-cent stores, huh?
I know, right?
I heard they went out of business.
Yeah.
I think they did just go out of business.
Yep.
Yeah.
Due to theft. Too much theft.
Oh, man.
But, man, dude, so street is what you prefer and DIY.
Yeah. So, and then, like I said, anything to board slide. So, whether it be a flat bar, a ledge, or...
Well, let's talk about P-side then, man. How long have you been doing that? Were you part of the first one? We just
celebrated 1 year yesterday.
Oh, really?
Like a whole... P-side 1 starting, so now we're on P-side. I don't know what it ever is, 2.2. I don't know.
Robo P-side.
Yeah, dude, we're just keep rebuilding. So.
Right, because that was a spot they were talking about that they kind of tore it down a little bit, but then you guys are rebuilding on it.
Well, P-side 1, got officially torn down.
Right.
So, and then once that got torn down, we found a new spot, P2, and that'll be actually August. Will be 1 year there. So
okay.
And then that got torn down though. Well, just
sort of,
and then we just rebuilt it. So we're still rebuilding. Kind of had a hiccup yesterday, but
I saw that.
Yeah. So it's the DIY nature though. So you never know how long it's gonna be there. So get it while you can, guys. If you're out there listening.
That's what I was thinking, man. We should get there soon.
Yeah, get it.
I don't know. I feel like it ain't gonna go because it stood its ground this long,
I don't know, man. The neighbors don't like us, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, I think that it'll grow on them eventually, especially like how Nate said you guys come clean up, and you guys aren't really...
We just cleaned it up, too. Yeah. Like, I literally just went there and swept the whole premise. Freaking picked up all the trash, put all, like, the wood in one area. So, like, it's, it's organized and clean, and it doesn't, there's no crackheads going there and, shooting up. I mean, that's what people were doing there, It's just an empty lot in Pomona, dog. It's like
it's like what would they rather have? A bunch of crackheads doing crazy shit, or
exactly.
Now you got the skaters coming and keeping their area clean.
Yeah, you get kids coming there. Yeah, I mean, some people bring their families. I know Cal Poly has a skate program, a skateboard club, Cal Poly Skateboard Club. They come there and skate, learning how to skate. Like they don't even know how to skate, and they're learning, so they got a spot to go.
It's so cool about that because it's not perfect and pretty.
No.
Like they really learn how to skateboard.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like even if there's like rocks or little tiny pebbles, I mean that's
street.
That's the street, man. That's how you learn. Man.
And it can be intimidating going to a skate park for your first time, and like if you don't even know how to roll on a flat ground, and you got people like doing crazy stuff right off the bat.
They're just flying by you.
Yeah, and so this gives you a little area to kind of just roll around and just feel the vibe. So and everybody's cool there. So. Big passion, P-side for sure. Build in skating.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I feel like it could end up being like over time it'll end up being like a Washington Street or
I hope so.
Pedro or Burnside because
that'd be cool.
The community's there.
Yeah, I hope so. It's just I know it's privately owned, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, but it's in a weird area, so like if they sell it or whatever, like what are they're gonna just put another industrial building right there. That's all they can do.
I think that's how it would be torn down is if they sold that property and somebody actually built something.
But it's under the billboard sign, so I don't know how that works with those billboard signs.
Yeah. Oh, the one with the lawsuit going on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the big one. Yeah. So like I don't like is that owned by them?
Yeah, whatever. If that billboard's on that property, I believe they can rent out that billboard.
But like, can they though build a building and tear down that billboard, right? Because that building's gonna then eventually touch the sign, right?
That I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's what they're fighting right now is to not remove that billboard.
Right. So, yeah. Because the billboard, I mean, it's high, but the building's pretty high too. Like they're gonna probably conflict with each other, if they try to build something. Because it's such a small area, you're gonna have to take that thing out. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see.
But come go skate it.
Yeah, and if you go, be prepared maybe to help.
Yeah, hey, we always appreciate the help, or you can donate. There's a link on the P-Side Instagram, so please donate.
Is that part of the Urban Skate Project? Yeah,
Urban Skate Project. Yeah, another part of my crew. Clayton runs that. And there's a bunch of us. I think there's like over 50 in the crew. So yeah.
Are is P-Side and Urban Is that separate?
Separate, yeah.
Separate things? Okay.
Yeah, separate things. Yeah, P-Side's its own thing, and then, Urban's ran by Clayton, and he does a bunch of projects. But he helps out at P-Side, so.
That's right.
But Urban has a bunch of spots that they've done over the years.
Okay.
And then we're still doing. So, yeah, part of that crew as well. So
and that's all.
Shout out Clayton.
Yeah, and that's all DIY builds.
All DIY build, yeah. So we done one in Pasadena, LA. I think you guys skated the one in LA that has the 3.
Yeah, you guys did, remember?
And then has the Jersey barrier that Vincent and Jeff Lopez did at the bottom.
Yeah.
Shout out Jeff.
Yeah, I've been seeing that spot get hit up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, well, it has that backdrop, of LA with the river and the bridge.
I don't think that gets any better than that.
No, bro.
You guys got me with the April Fool's joke saying that you guys tore that one down or they tore it down.
Oh, yeah.
Alleyway.
Yeah, that was Clayton.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that was Clayton.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's been actually one of the longest standing DIYs. But it's in a bad area. I don't know if you guys have been there.
There's some homelesses right there.
Some really crackhead people there. So
yeah.
You gotta watch your back. Some gangbangers too run around there.
I heard like you gotta be careful.
It's Boyle Heights, right? Right. That's like the hood.
Kind of Boyle Heights entrance to it.
Yeah. So it's like some activity.
East LA border area.
Right. Yeah, you get some activity down there.
Yeah. And then I mean,
so go there with
didn't you try to help? Like some girl tried to pretend like she needed help, and then you're gonna walk over there, and it was like all sus. Like
there was back then, like 2 years ago, when the LA Skate Club was right there in the alleyway off Mission and the 10 freeway next to it.
Yeah.
I was just posted right there in the alleyway.
By yourself?
No, I was just hanging out with Victor Garcia. Shout out.
Oh, okay.
We're just kicking it, drinking a brewskis, and then this car pulled up right behind us, and we didn't think nothing of it. And just a couple hanging out. There was a girl in the passenger seat, a guy in the driver's seat. The guy comes out of the car and like he bumps himself and just drops himself on the floor. And my first thought was, oh, he's probably drunk. Let me go check it out if he's okay. So as he was doing that, my friend Victor's like, no, hold on. Like, he was pulling me back not to go because this guy I guess he was turning his back, trying to pull a gun out, and he was trying to set us up. The girl jumped to the passenger seat, the driver's seat, ready to take off, Right. As my friend Victor pulled me to the side. Like, I seen, like, oh, shit, he has a gun. He found out we had the gun, and he got back up, and, like, he ran after us, dude. We ran inside the LA Skate Club and called the cops.
Holy shit.
Eventually, they found out that dude, and they found him, and they were going around. It was New Year's Eve, too, so they went around.
Going around robbing people?
And they caught them.
Yeah, bro, you gotta be sketchy.
Gotta be careful in these spots, man. Dude. Especially if you're gonna be coming with all your equipment too. Like if you're gonna be filming.
100%, dog. Like even your skateboard, they think you're, your skateboard, bro.
But I'm saying, if you got a nice camera.
Yeah, or your iPhone, bro.
Anything.
Like, anything, dog. Like they don't care, man. Yeah, so definitely go down there with a crew.
Keep your head.
Don't go by yourself, dog.
Keep your head on a swivel.
For sure.
Shoot, even out here, we had a session one time right here by 88 Skate Shop.
Oh.
We were night session at night. We just noticed this one car kept driving around. I told Listo, I was like, hey, dude, if that car drives one more time, let's just dip out, dude. We got too much gear. He's probably already scoping us out.
At night, late at night?
Yeah, we're there like around midnight.
Okay.
Yeah, so lighting up the spot because they want to hit that spot.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Damn.
Yeah, I told him we're better off coming back with like a bigger squad.
Yeah, for sure. Some heads.
Yeah. All right, dude. I mean, like we said, man, everybody be safe out there. Keep a lookout. What about a dream spot to skate?
Dang, dream spot. Dude, anything double-sided curbs that just go for miles, bro.
Goes for miles?
Yeah. There's a spot like in Germany, right, or something.
Okay.
I saw Heroin posted something. They're having
Heroin
some
skateboards?
curb. Yeah, some curb thing. I don't know, but I don't know. Just anything long double-sided curbs, bro, are my thing, to be honest. So.
Okay. Have you skated that? It's a long curve that goes down a hill.
I haven't hit that spot yet. Oh. No, that's in Tustin.
I want to go there too.
Yeah, I know. I want to go there too.
Board side.
But yeah, something like that. But I like it with like an actual curb. That one seems more flat.
And it is wide.
Yeah,
like your
and
board
it's
just
pretty
fits on
steep. So
seems like
it seems like a roller coaster.
Seems like you get cooking going down that thing.
100%.
But I mean, not to say I see some chicks do it. So I mean, I better be able to do it. Not saying that.
Get something out of it. Yeah.
No offense, but
I should be able to do it. Told us where that spot was at the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were seeing him. He's like, if you guys want to go skate it, it's over here.
Yeah, it's in Orange County, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I've seen two different ones. I've seen one that actually goes straight down, and then I've seen one that kind of.
Okay, I've been to the curb one.
You've been to the curb one?
I've been to the curb one, yeah. So that's a fun spot. But bring your rails. If you got rails, definitely put them on.
Yeah.
So yeah, and go like in the morning or in the evening because of the sun. The sun freaking.
It'll cook you.
Yeah, it kind of cooks the wax and it just sticks.
Oh yeah.
So
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially on a summer day.
Yeah, summer days.
Curbs and anything doesn't work anymore when the wax melts.
No.
Yeah. All right. What about if you could travel anywhere to skate?
Travel to skate. Shoot. Dang, that's a good one.
Because I know, I mean, there's some ledges and curbs everywhere.
I know.
I know you said Germany was kind of a spot.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know many like foreign skate spots.
How about just with the fam?
With the well, for the mountains, bro, for sure. I want to do like Alaska.
There we go.
You know.
Okay, now we're getting into your hobby.
Yeah, so my other hobby, snowboarding. Yeah,
snowboarding.
So yeah,
Dude,
Alaska, Japan, those are on the list for sure. Eventually in my life. So
amazing. Well, bring your board.
And I would love to skate Japan too. I know they got spots. So a lot of marble there, right? A lot of good spots out there as well. So yeah, for sure, those would be 2 dream spots just in life: Japan and probably Alaska.
Dope. Yeah, because I know that your hobby is snowboarding.
Yeah. So I got into snowboarding, 8th grade.
8th grade?
Yeah. So I wouldn't have found snowboarding without skateboarding. And then that was the first. And then I met all the snowboard homies in high school. So I went to a different high school than Chris. And then I met a whole different crew. And this is a snowboard crew now. So Matt Musser and Brian Slager, shout out to those guys.
Shout out.
Then I just started snowboarding from there, and it was like skateboarding, but snowboarding now.
Did you find it easy for you to learn?
I liked it because it was strapped to your feet, and you could freaking ollie as high as
you
hell,
could just bring it up. Bring your knees up.
Yeah. It just was like a whole different experience, and you could really tweak it out, right? On a skateboard, it's hard to get down low and tweak out style. Like that's why I give it up to those tall guys that can do that.
Yeah.
Make it look good, tweaking out your grabs and stuff on a skateboard. Like it's tough. So being able to do that on a snowboard, that was freaking an awesome feeling. So
wow.
Yeah,
but you found it quite easy. Like when you first got on, did you?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's
me too.
Like,
I don't know. These guys tried it, and I was remembering I was looking at.
No, I didn't like it.
No, he loved it, but
but I struggled.
He struggled.
Well, my first day, I will say I struggled. Definitely, you're on your ass. Your first day, bro. Yeah. Like you're like getting in, then you fall. You slide and fall, slide, fall. It's just the way. It's just the. You're not gonna like. But by the end of the day, I could kind of link turns finally. So
right. Yeah, me too.
I'm not even there. I went the second time.
I'm
still coming down the hill, power slide the whole time because I'm like.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna.
And it might be your stance or your board too, dog. So
there was like when I first started, I was like clueless on what to do, right?
Yeah, dog.
So when I first got my snowboard, I put the bindings on and I'm like setting it up like if I'm standing on a skateboard.
Yes.
And then I go down the hill, I have no control. So I have to go back to the car. I'm like tweaking it. Okay, go back up the hill, come back down. Okay. Oh man, I barely have control this way. Okay, let's move it this way. All right, that wasn't good. Let's move it the other way. Boom. All of a sudden, I finally got it to where I can control my heels and toes.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So I
felt comfortable.
Yeah.
And then once I got that, I haven't moved them since, and I'm just like.
Yeah. So I put my snowboard honestly like when I push, so my front foot is almost like straight, like, and then so I really have my front foot like kind of not straight, but pretty tweaked out in the front.
That's crazy.
I don't know, it's just how I ride. So,
but it could be the way your feet are just set up. Not
I've
everybody's
been using other people's boards the time.
Or it could be the stance width too. Yeah. Like that goes because you got to do it to your height and board size too. You got to do it to your height.
That's why this year I found this snowboard outlet out here in OC.
Oh hell yeah!
And then they sell like boot bindings and board
like
package
a combo package.
Yeah, for like $300.
Dude, there you go, bro.
Yeah, like ski dazzle.
And ask them, they could probably set you up. Like, hey, can you set it up for me and my height, and length? And
they already told me that.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, come in, we'll get you set up, we'll get you fitted into everything, make sure everything's comfortable. They're pretty cool, man.
Nice.
So I was like, I'll be back definitely. We'll be open back again in November because I went towards the end of the season.
Okay.
So we'll be closing in a month or so, but we'll be open around November, October. So I was like, I'll be back.
Damn, hell yeah. Yeah. So I love snowboarding, man. It's a huge passion.
I went once and then that's all it took. And like I said, Ski Dazzle came to LA and I was like, boom, I bought everything.
Yeah.
Clothes and that.
You said, sorry to cut you off, but you said you found snowboarding because of skateboarding?
Yeah.
But who got you into snowboarding?
So honestly, Thrasher Mag would have snowboard pictures in there back in the day. And then it was Active Sweats. That was actually Outhouse Skate Shop was my first, which is now Pawn Shop, was my first skate shop. But then it was Active. That was in Chino.
Right.
They're still around, right? I think Active.
There's some Active.
Yeah, they're making a comeback slowly.
Yeah. So but not different owners. So this was like the original owners of the Wallaces. I knew them, and so we would go there to get skate stuff. Stussy clothing was big back then, and then they would have snowboards, and they would have, you know, skate shops have the VHS playing videos all the time. They would be playing snowboard videos. And when I went to Ontario Christian High School, I met a whole new crew, and they were just snowboarders. Damn. So it just, and then I skateboarded, and so it was just like, well, I'm a skater, I'm gonna fit in with these guys. These are snowboarders, you know. So and then just started to. Parents took us, and their parents took us. Like it was like their thing that they already did. So their parents would just every weekend Snow Summit, you know, Big Bear Mountain.
So I was just gonna ask.
Yeah.
You go to Mammoth.
So now I do,
Mammoth
so
is like, woo.
Yeah, and then I did my first trip sophomore year. Jesse Borsma's dad took us up there, and first time riding powder, and then that's what really like. Yeah,
it's a different story. Like, cause I do like, you know, Big Bear or Mountain High.
Right.
The closest Mountain High.
Yeah.
And I mean that's fun, but when you get to like Mammoth.
Yeah.
That's when you see real real snow and
double black diamonds, and like real stuff
and steep stuff. And like I was like, you know, I didn't put one of those stomp pads on because that didn't need it. And when I got over there, oh my god, I needed a stomp pad. I still haven't put one on, but wow, my foot was slipping everywhere trying to just
because of the steepness coming off the lift.
Yeah, navigate, because like I didn't realize how much powder and everything gets trapped on top of your board when you're like getting back on the lift.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
To knock all this stuff off.
It's not slushy Big Bear anymore.
Right, you know what I mean? It's not just ice, you know. So but luckily, I mean, I wanted to do it, but I was still kind of happy that the top was closed because it was too dangerous or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, wow, dude, just like the crew that I was with, like, all right, we're gonna go from this mountain to like there's so many different trails you can take, you know.
Yeah.
But I never made it to the top.
Never made it to the top. Yeah. So I was a skater, and so watching the snowboard videos, and then hanging out with his crew, it was just like a natural thing. And then you know, getting my parents supporting me.
Because snowboarding is expensive.
It's very expensive, still is.
Yeah.
You know,
those lift tickets can be expensive.
It sucks. Yeah, I wish it could be more accessible to people, because I think it's holding a lot of people back. You know, that could be good at it, dog. You know. But yeah, so parents supported it, and they would take us and bought me, you know, my first setup, and then I got my job at 15. So, you know, I've been, you know, working too to help pay for some of the stuff I do.
What was your first job?
I actually worked at a packaging house for an ice company in Chino Ice. So it was like an ice warehouse where they, you know, like you go to 7-Eleven, get the bag of ice. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, you basically get the ice off the machine and stack it in the pallet, dog.
I bet you guys had ice for sure at the house then, huh?
Oh, all the time. I still do. So I can still get free ice from those guys too.
Hey, shout out.
You started working at a young age too, huh?
Yeah, 15. I got my worker's permit. So my dad's like, if you want a car, you know, and these things, like, I'll buy you the car, but you're going to have to pay gas,
your insurance maybe.
No, they paid my insurance still, but
cool.
They said that you need to pay for gas, or if you want to do stuff to your car, or
maintenance and all
that.
Right,
yeah, get the oil change. Like, plus, you need to pay for it. Like, I'll help you get the car, but
paying for it too is kind of like you going to work and like, you know, being responsible as well. You know, so that's cool.
So he had me work on Saturdays. So I worked on Saturdays and some Sundays during the summer.
A car will teach you some responsibility, that's for sure.
Yeah, so at 15, I got my worker's permit. Yeah, my dad bought me my S10. I remember $3,000. Wow. 90. It was an '89 S10 single cab. So
I wanted to ask, do you have siblings too, or
younger sister? Yeah.
Your sister?
Yeah.
Okay, so just one.
Just one, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So
you were saying right now you work there during the summer, so you're there during the best time to stay cool off.
Yeah, for sure. Working, but then I became a driver after that, and so then I started driving the trucks to deliver the ice, and then you're outside.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But that's kind of cool too. You get to get out of the warehouse or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. It was cool. It was a good job, learning experience. You get to interact with people, like speaking with managers, and, you know, just that's life, right? You don't have to like talk to people.
That's a good skill to have. I mean,
and, communicate, and, you know, hey, where does this go? You know, whatever. So
I'm hoping the kids nowadays don't lose that skill. You know.
Yeah, no, it's,
you know, we
want
basic. People to be able to
doing an invoice, writing an invoice, right? Adding, hey, he got 40 bags at $5. You know, like this is what you owe me. You know, like all this basic stuff.
Yeah. I feel like nowadays they're doing that thing where like they want to have free internet for the kids could use their laptop for educating themselves. I'm like, dude, we grew up without technology. Why can't they just use the books?
Yeah.
Nowadays they could just ask for the answer, you know, instead of actually looking 100%. It up. studying it.
I remember my invoice book, so it was like a metal thing. It had a calculator.
That was our.
I would like have all the things, and I would have to do it. And this is like, and then I would give the invoice to the guy right there. That's what you owe me, bro.
It was like one of those metal clipboards, right? That flipped open.
Yeah, bro.
Those things are always badass for some reason.
Oh, gee, bro. And then it had like the 3 different invoices. You kept 2 and give one to the customer.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. You got.
So I worked at a young age. Yeah, pops. Yeah, forced me to work.
That's cool. Force you to work.
You're the only boy.
It was good for me though. I appreciate it. I mean,
you're the only boy in your family too, right?
What's that?
You're the only boy in your family.
Yeah, only boy. Yeah, oldest. So
yeah.
Okay,
dude, that's cool, man. Yeah. All right, and then so any dream sponsors? You have any dream sponsors you get? Maybe even for snowboarding, even.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like Burton.
Burton, yeah. I mean, that's what I run. Burton. Shoot. Volcom would be a dope sponsor for snowboarding. They're a freaking dope snowboard company. And
they make clothes, right?
Yeah, I got their pants on, so they make dope clothing. Heron Skateboards would be dope. Ace dope. Trucks.
Everything you use.
Bones bearings.
What about a sponsor outside of skateboarding or snowboarding?
Oh shoot! Yeah, some of the big ones, right? I don't know. Give me like Monster Energy. Who are the big ones cutting check? Oh, Nike SB, Jordan.
Okay.
That'd be dope.
There we go.
We had someone say they want a gas station shout.
Gas station, yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Or even
Costco.
Yeah.
Just going to Costco, get whatever you want for free. Just that'd be dope, bro. Food sponsor, right? Smart Final. Hey, hook it up.
I want my personal, like my own shopping cart too. It's like gold and shit. You just walk around. Oh, this guy doesn't have to pay.
Yeah.
How do you know? Look at this shopping cart.
Yeah, for sure. You got the special card, the gold card. Hey.
Yeah. It's like when they walk into NHS and they're just like there with their shopping cart.
Yes.
They're like, I want this board, this wheels, this shirt, and they walk out with the shopping cart full of stuff.
Yeah, that would be so good, man.
Yeah, that would be fun. I mean, dude.
Water sponsor. I don't know.
Liquid Death. Are you listening?
Yeah, Liquid Death. Shoot, whatever.
They've been out. Like I've been going to the store and they've been out like 12, whatever. I don't think they're.
Dude, that green leafer is bomb.
Oh, you like
the iced tea?
I love that.
It's good, dude.
I haven't tried that one.
It's that one.
Oh, okay.
That's a Grim Leafer.
Yeah. The iced tea.
I thought you said green leaf.
It's a green leafer.
Oh, okay.
Grim leafer. Sorry.
Okay, so they're playing on words.
Exactly.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, their own Arnold Palmer is called Dead Billionaire.
Oh, okay. That one's a good one too. That one.
That one. And then they got the peach, the berry.
Dude, they're all pretty bomb.
Yeah. I've learned to only like their teas. Those things are bomb.
Yeah, the teas. I don't really care for the waters, but the teas are bomb.
I like the berry water, the Bury It Alive.
Okay.
It's called Bury It Alive.
Yeah.
And also the mango one is pretty good.
Nice.
So, I mean, dude, that'd be cool, man. Yeah. Get these dream sponsors.
I know. Come on.
You know? So,
when you were, I wanted to ask, when you were younger, did you ever have any sponsors like hooking you up or anybody like?
No, I never had no sponsors. Yeah, unfortunately, no. I mean, we would get like the normal like shop discount kid, whatever, 20%, 25%. Pawn Shop still hooks me up. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you, dudes.
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean,
I get like
love,
your typical. But nothing,
Nothing like no boxes coming in.
No boxes. Like I said, Grizzly just sent me a box like 2 years ago, and that was the very first time. So
hey, I mean, like you said, you still remember that though.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then Pal Peralta sent me a box too. One of the dudes accidentally jacked up my board, but totally accident, and then they sent me a whole box, bro. Wow. Pal did. So yeah, I know.
How nice.
Super cool, bro.
Yeah.
They sent me like 3 Andy Anderson decks, a few other flight decks.
That's already worth it, right there.
Bro, yeah, they really hooked it up. So shout out to Pal Peralta.
You're pretty much sponsored.
Yeah, so that's the only type of sponsorship experience I've ever, in my life.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, like Peralta likes to say, we're all our own sponsors.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So. Mom and Dad, my first sponsor, I guess.
Of course.
Like the other day, I walked into the shop and like bought myself like a shirt supporting the skate shop, and it feels good to actually buy something you worked hard for instead of getting it for free.
100%, dog. And then like supporting people that have the same passion as you, and you're putting food on their table, it's a trickle effect. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, cool. I love the support, man. Like these guys, they went out of town and they went to the local shop there and bought stuff, which is rad.
Yeah.
That's the thing we're kind of I kind of adapted from my homie Gabe, the one we were
Oh, yeah.
Because every time he goes out of town, he's all, I always like going to the local shop and getting one of their shop shirts.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
So when we went to Vegas, pharmacy, he goes buy a pharmacy shirt. Every time when we went to Tucson, he bought shop shirts from the shops in Tucson. Yeah. So I'm like, cool, dude.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
I've kind of adapted it to where I'm like, I'm gonna go support the local shop out here.
Yeah, I mean, that's how they,
I tried to buy a T-shirt from '88, and they didn't have any of their own brand.
Their own brand, yeah.
So that's what I wanted to get.
And you get to rep their shop out here, and then they get their word out, and it's a trickle effect. So yeah, it's cool, man.
Like shout out to Nate, he brought us some shirts.
Oh, did he?
I'm rocking the Pawn today, man.
Unfortunately, the other day I took a slam, bro, and I was rocking the shirt, and I don't know how I ripped the shirt, bro. The slam was so gnarly that I ripped the shirt from here and the back. So now it has holy shit. Yeah, man. I love the shirt too.
Well, hey, bring it to Pawn Shops so maybe they'll hook you up.
Be like, hey,
man, I took a slam. Can I get a new one?
Or I put this on, it just fell apart. No, but yeah, you got the video. You got it on video?
I got my face when it's all
slammed.
Damn. But the slam now.
Ooh, dang. All right, yeah, but dude, I love that. I love supporting all the local shops and stuff like that.
For sure.
So, all right, do you listen to music while you're skating?
Yeah.
You pop the earbuds in?
I'm going to pop the earbuds in, but have a speaker out.
Oh, you have the speaker out?
Yeah, have a speaker. I don't like doing the earbud things. I don't know.
Okay, well, some people have a preference.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely music, and music is a passion, and has been since I was a little kid. So, like, Thrasher would have always punk, or even rap, pictures in there. So,
what are you playing?
Everything, bro.
Everything?
Yeah.
Like everything?
I like, hip-hop, gangster rap. Punk rock.
Well, you're from the
I'm from the 80s, 90s era, so I mean, it's all Snoop Dogg, NWA, but then you have Minor Threat, the Misfits.
Ooh, okay.
So Molly Crew.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
I was listening to like Bad Religion because I've heard it in videos, like whatever came out in skate videos.
Yep.
That's pretty much was like, oh dang, like I like that band now.
Yeah. But then you have like classic rock with Led Zeppelin, and then just anything in that genre, or even.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix. Even like soul music too. Otis Redding.
There we go. I like that.
I like a mixture of everything.
Country.
So. I can't do country.
You can't do country.
I can do like Johnny Cash. That's as far as country I can do. But like I can't do like. I'm driving down with my solo cub, with my big truck. Like I can't do that kind of country, dude. If that's you, hey, shout out to you. That's your thing. But I'm not doing country.
Our homie was playing that stuff on the way back because let him DJ. I'm like, it only passes right now because we're driving through the countryside.
So it goes with the setting.
It goes with the setting, but I don't think I can listen to this thing on a daily.
Nah, I can't do country, dog. So, yeah. No.
That's funny, dude. Yeah, because me neither. Like, not anything newer. Maybe the old school stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But all right, cool. So the speaker outside.
Yeah, speaker outside definitely for the skate sesh. I know Ryan brings that big ass boombox. I don't know if you guys ever seen that big old boombox he brings.
I may have.
Yeah, it's huge. It's like the old '80s boombox. Yeah, it's massive. I forget that brand.
Like
it is.
Yes,
dog, for sure.
Hell yeah.
I forgive it's a big company though. They do some of the football teams and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, it's I don't know the name.
Skull Candy's made a big boom box recently.
Yeah.
If you it's probably it'll be out now, but the nightclub just had the Musk on.
Oh, okay.
And they gave him one, so he was
nice.
He was like rocking it on his shoulder. It was cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So all right. Any other hobbies off the board besides snowboarding?
Shoot. Just the DIY, spending time with the fam. That's about it, man. Skating, and work. You only got so much time in life.
I know.
You play any sports or watch sports?
I watch sports, yeah. So I did play in high school, and then no longer play. But yeah, football, baseball, definitely big. Love those sports. Love the Lakers.
I saw that on your
Instagram. Yeah. So huge Raider fan, huge Laker fan. Those are like my teams.
What about baseball?
Baseball, I like the Angels, but I got love for the Dodgers too.
Yeah.
Go Angels.
Yeah, go Angels. I was like a California Angel kid. So again, I'm old. So the 90s was California Angels. It wasn't this weird LA, Anaheim, whatever. What are they calling it these days?
My first baseball game might have been the Angels. But,
Angels?
California Angels.
California Angels. So that's what I grew up on.
The Los Angeles Angels.
Los Angeles Angels, Anaheim, right?
Oh
yeah.
my God, it's such a title.
I just watched the whole video on why all that happened, and I was like, Okay, it's stupid.
I don't know
dumb.
why they should just be the OC Angels. You know, they're in
Yeah,
Orange
or
County,
Anaheim,
and you know how much merch they
or
would
go
sell.
back to California. You know, if you want
Yeah.
to do that.
I think the merch would sell even more for like people from OC. Like if they were the OC Angels, I think people would just be like, "Oh
But
my
if
god,
they
I
wanna-
gotta get me an OC hat." You
If
know,
they want to
like,
include LA, just call it California.
yeah,
You would cover everybody.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know. I don't know.
But
Anyways.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, you know, teach
Yeah.
his own. Everybody likes what they like.
Yeah. So I played sports my whole life up until high school, football and baseball.
What did you play for football? What position?
Wide receiver, safety. I ran kick return, ran punt return.
You're
So,
fast.
I was fast. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had speed then. So, yeah.
Love that.
Skinny and fast, catch the ball and run, dog.
Mm.
Yep.
Just
So-
juking everybody.
Yeah.
Wop, wop, wop.
Yeah. Played center field in high school. So yeah, speed.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love sports, so it's big.
All right, all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Listo, you have any questions?
Yeah, man, I got a question. I wanted to ask about your beard, man.
My
How long did it take to grow your beard, and how do you keep it like
So
conditioned?
this is
like
I call it my COVID beard. It started during COVID.
Really?
Yeah. So I was just kind of like, I don't know, like I have to shave on a daily basis. I don't know if you guys get that, like you guys,
Yeah.
you know, like every day, every morning, I would have to
Shave it
shave,
down.
you know,
I shave
shave
it-
it down,
yeah.
or else you'd have like this weird kind of patchy, you know. So I just let it during COVID. I'm like, screw it. It was like winter time. I'm
Yeah.
gonna let it grow, and then I just let it. I said, when COVID's over, I'll cut it. And
But you like it.
I like it, yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
it
just-
fits you.
Looks nice.
I don't know what you look like.
My
without
wife hates
now.
it, but everybody that sees me like, oh, your beard, because everywhere I go, you know, like, dang, they trip out, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't
Do
know.
they say ZZ Top?
Yeah, bro, that's all I get. ZZ Top. As a kid, I had long hair, blonde hair, so they called me Nirvana. And then now I
Okay.
cut this, and now I have this. Now I'm ZZ Top. Yeah.
Okay.
Does it freeze up when you go snowboarding?
I have a mask, but yeah, it does,
Yeah,
bro.
definitely.
Like, it'll be all frozen, dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wear a full, like, you know, mask. I keep it tucked in.
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah,
it'll
tuck
be
it in.
ice, dog. Like, the whole
Yeah.
thing, and it's terrible.
I've always seen that, and I told my little brother, I'd be cool to actually get the little icicles on my beard one day, but
Yeah, it's because then it's frozen, dog, and you
Yeah.
gotta wait till it melts, dude. Because
Otherwise
you just
you
can't
could
yank
break.
it out, or
Yeah.
you're gonna rip your beard out. So yeah, I keep it on the wraps, dog, especially during the cold storms for sure. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So the wifey don't like it. She,
Nah,
I mean,
she don't trip, but yeah, she's not. A fan.
I mean, does it ever get in your food? You're trying to like
does
get,
dog,
you know, you're reaching over your
But I
plate.
just, you know,
you tuck it in.
you tuck it, you know. Like,
You're like, nah, it keeps all the food off my shirt. You know?
Yeah, but definitely like when I'm leaning over, it'll get in the food, so I
Yeah.
gotta like put it away.
You're
you
like,
know?
you're at a family function, your beard's all in everything that you're.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, hey man, I'm next.
Yeah, I do.
No.
I do CrossFit too. So like when I do rope climbs,
Oh,
like it sometimes will get
ooh.
in, and I'll
You
have to
can
like,
actually-
put it in my shirt.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
they should make a beard pocket inside shirts.
For real,
You
huh?
can just tuck it in there.
You might be onto something, dog.
Or like a face mask with the pocket.
Or the summertime, I can tuck it in my hat. So
Yeah.
then like. You know,
Yeah,
it's like,
okay.
like if I have my shirt off or whatever, I'm like at the beach, you know, I could
That's
like
cool.
put it away. So,
Yeah.
you know, I just make it work.
That's crazy, man. And do you use any kind of special beard, like?
I did beard
Like,
oil like at the beginning, but
yeah.
not anymore.
Not
like
anymore?
I'll put conditioner, you know, make it soft. But
Okay.
that's
Because
about
yeah,
it.
sometimes I would think when I had a beard at one time and I was using like shampoo in it, but it'd get like dry.
Yeah. So conditioner and like some softener stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. And now they got all this beard like crazy, like
All
you said,
kinds.
beard oil,
It's a
beard
whole-
shampoo. That I'm
yeah.
sure you can become part of a beard club.
Bro, it's a whole.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's its own world. So yeah, I just let it grow. Just yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
It's
cool.
unique, man. You
Yeah.
don't really see a lot of people with, you know.
Yeah, no, you don't. So
There was another guy we had on the show. That was Old Man Skate Crew.
Yeah.
He had a big beard too.
Oh, okay. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
so-
Yeah. I know Skater 50. He's on Instagram, Rob. He's
Okay.
he's an older skater, but he's got a big white beard. So
Okay.
we're the Beard Brothers. So
Yeah.
We had,
I usually grow mine out in the winter, but since we do the show now, I didn't do it anymore because
Did
it gets a little crazy.
a little
So,
crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
We have a good friend of ours, shout out Julian.
Oh,
He
Julian.
has a beard too, and
Okay.
he letting it grow. And one time he tricked us thinking that he shaved it off, but it was his hair that he shaved off.
Was that video that I just recently saw?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he cut it off too.
but
Yeah.
He has a long
dude, that
beard,
beard
too.
oil works, bro. You should put it
I
in
bet.
there. It'll take off. So
I bet, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to do that because mine's grows patchy on the
Yeah,
side.
dude, mine too. But then I put that beard oil in. You just
Yeah.
got to do it on a daily
Well,
basis.
once you get past a certain point,
Yeah.
you start covering your
exactly,
all
it'll
your-
fill in, and
yeah,
then you
it'll
start
fill
to
in.
like do the beard oil though. But it helps to like grow like
Okay.
fuller.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So anybody
Check
out
it
there
out.
that wants to grow a beard like this, man,
I've always wanted a beard like that, and I get mad because of the patches.
Dude, honestly, my buddy's like, yo, it works. I'm like, whatever, and it worked, dog. Like I'm telling you. And then I don't really need to do it now, but it helps to like soften it or make it smell good, you know.
Yeah.
You can put it in there.
Yeah, you got to keep that thing clean.
Yeah, but I keep it clean. I wash it on a daily basis.
You brush it. You're like,
I brush it. Yeah, you have to, or else it gets nappy.
100 strokes before I go to sleep.
Yeah, no. Definitely get the kinks out.
Yeah. Anything else, Listo?
Yeah, I got 3 more questions.
Cool.
What do you think you would have been doing if you would have never picked up the skateboard or snowboard?
Ooh.
So always, against sports. I always wanted to be a professional baseball player since I was a little kid.
Okay.
So
you would have been playing some sports.
Yeah, sports. That was just ever.
Maybe on a minor, like a softball league or something with.
I don't know.
Dudes.
I was like,
who knows?
I was hardcore as a kid, like loving baseball. It was baseball and skateboarding, like both. Very passionate about. So yeah, it was probably sports. I love football, even though I was a small kid, skinny kid. I love football too. So I don't know.
Playing sports.
Yeah, playing sports.
Was it full contact, or like?
Well, as a kid, it was flag, right? But I still loved to watch it as a kid.
Okay.
Like I don't know.
I love flag football, man.
Yeah,
that was fun. Because it was easy to like. For me, I like to be the guy to get that flag.
Yeah. I don't know. My dad, right? Hanging with my dad would watch sports. Yeah. So I don't know. It just like
you became a fan.
Just became, you know.
It's amazing.
So, Ever been to any games out there in person to check it out?
Oh yeah, all the time since a little kid. I've been to the old Forum, the Laker games. My dad took me.
Did you ever watch Kobe Bryant play?
Yeah,
Kobe.
I saw the whole Shaq. Saw the homie Steve would back in the day would get tickets all the time. I don't know how he got them, but he would get them, and we would go to all the Shaq, Kobe games. Got to sit in a suite.
That's cool.
Yeah, I got to experience some. Got to sit next to Lionel Richie.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the Laker game. Mr. T, got to meet Mr. T at a Laker game.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So I got to experience Smoke the J at the top, Laker game.
Oh yeah.
On the balcony there.
The balcony. A lot of people smoke. Well, I think it was allowed.
It's like a thing now, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, but back then
it was kind of like
in the 2000s, right? It was like So
I did that too.
But yeah, I went to Raider games. Rams used to play at Anaheim. I went to a Rams game at the Anaheim Angel Stadium.
That's cool.
Saw Bo Jackson at the Coliseum, my favorite player.
Play baseball or
football?
Football.
Okay. For the Raiders.
Yeah, because he played both.
That's why I'm a Raider fan, because of Bo Jackson.
Yeah,
so.
Bo knows. Shit, I don't know if I can say that now. Bo knows. Remember it used to be Bo knows Diddley?
Bo knows everything.
Did he know Diddy?
Yeah.
All right.
I got 2 more questions.
Cool.
Who would you like to see next on the show?
Ooh, good question. Chris Pike.
Chris Pike?
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out Chris Pike. Who else? Vin from Pawn Shops. He's a good dude. I think you guys know Vin, right?
Yeah.
We grew up
That's
like the 3rd request.
Oh, really?
If you're here, we're coming after you.
Yeah.
Shout out,
that dog.
Yeah, we'll get him on.
When the time's right.
Who else? Anthony from Pawn Shop, AP.
We talked to him before.
Maybe Donovan. Donovan's a cool dude. So
shout out.
Yeah, we know he just had a baby, right?
Yeah, had a baby. Yeah.
So we know he's probably doing this family thing right now.
Yeah,
for sure.
Dad life.
Yeah, the whole family life. It's a whole different life.
Oh yeah. So whenever they're ready, and then a lot of times we think people come on like when the time is actually right. Usually because everything has to align. Everybody's schedules and everything. It just seems there's so many people we wanted on the show. Like for instance, Victor Brooks. We've asked him for months and months, but like finally we got him on, and I felt like it was like a good time. We're more better at doing what we do too. It works out.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. That's some good ones.
Yeah.
All right. Last question. Any advice out there? Any advice for the youth out there?
Any advice for the youth? Don't give up. Skateboarding, right? Like you're gonna fall down and you're gonna get hurt, but you're gonna have to get back up. Dust yourself off. Life is tough, but stay strong. Stay with your family. I'm a man of faith, so keep God in your life. If you can. I don't know.
That's good advice, man.
Listen to the older generation, even though you don't want to listen.
Because we already know everything.
A little bit,
just listen a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But hey, just have respect, have fun. I think a lot of people have lost respect in life these days, just mutual, just in general. So just be respectful. You know, don't give up. Life's hard, so you're gonna fall down. Just get back up. Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep pushing.
Yeah. Keep pushing. Keep clicking that tail.
Yep.
That's some good advice right there.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, that's pretty much the questions for now.
Prota?
So prior to doing P-Side, did you have any experience, doing masonry work and all that?
No, dog. Well, my dad's in construction, right? So, I mean, he did a lot of home projects. So, I would kind of do I'm more like, hey, you're going to help me dig, and then my dad's doing the finish work or whatever, But I would still see him do it, right? Or, hey, grab the drill and, So I had that kind of experience, but I never did like construction as a job, or anything. So that was like my very first time, experiencing any type of DIY kind of construction,
Do you feel confident you can do it on your own?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I kind of already could do some home improvements, right?
Right.
I've done some stuff. Yeah, handyman work, And
then a lot of times if I don't know it, YouTube would just show
exactly. And a lot of it's just practice, especially like it's so basic, but on the concrete stuff, but it's just like measuring forms, right? Cutting and drilling, and then it's just time with the finishing work, dude. And then that's definitely a skill. You just have to practice. Right. So it's one of those things you just have to practice. You're probably gonna make mistakes.
Same thing.
Same thing in life.
Skateboarding too. You're not gonna do 360 ollies the first day.
Yeah, and it's not gonna look clean. When you land it, it's gonna look probably a little sloppy. But as you continue to practice and hone it, you learn it. So. So it's been about a year, dog, since I'm doing the DIY stuff, and I love it, man.
That's cool. You ever think about doing your own stuff, or like maybe at your house or anything like that?
Dude, you definitely need a crew, dog.
You need a crew to do it.
I mean, at least for me to feel like to do it right, to do it proper, you need a crew. You need so many hands to mix the mud, and
right. And lay it down.
Lay it down, finish work, the whole thing. So.
I mean,
cutting forms, drilling, it's definitely it's a whole crew, man.
It is. I believe it.
You can't do it all on your own. So especially the mixing part, bro. Mixing concrete, bro. If you try to mix a bag of 90 by yourself, it sucks, dog. Like you could do it, but you're in the shovel with a wheelbarrow. It's hard work.
Yeah. No, I was asking because that way for people who are intimidated to head out, because I know a lot of the dudes say that they go out there not knowing anything, and then they kind of just learn from you guys as they're going.
Yeah, dog. Just do it, man. Go get a bag, some Quikrete, freaking find a spot. Yeah. Get some blocks, just have fun, bro. That's why I don't take it serious. Just have fun, learn, if it's a spot, maybe it'll grow from there, and you could always tear stuff down and rebuild it, if it's that bad. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just be like, I would be courteous and be like, hey, bro, is that cool if I, build right here?
Oh yeah, if it's somebody else's build spot, definitely do that. But if it's your own spot, or you see a spot on the sidewalk and you want to add some concrete and make it a better spot, dude, just have at it. Go do it.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I was about to ask that too. Like, would you guys get mad if someone else comes and builds something on your guys' DIY or drops off a flat bar or?
No, we're cool. Like, if you want to drop off any donations, cool. I mean, if you want to build something, just come talk with us. Yeah. We want to make sure it flows the whole area. That's what I'm saying. And so we talk about all that stuff. Like, hey, what's the next thing we want to build? Whatever. So
Nate was saying you guys were kind of trying to get everything done that you want before it gets too hot, so you guys can just relax.
For sure. Because building in the summer sucks. You got to start early, dog. Because by 10 o'clock it's already cooking. Right. And then the concrete, gets hard fast. Yeah. So
even though if it dries fast, you still got to kind of wait, right?
Yeah, you still got to wait it. But the sun baking it, could make it too hard. The top layer probably be dead, and then you can't finish. Yeah.
All right.
So.
That's cool, man.
But yeah, tools as well. So definitely want to make sure you have the right tools. That's another thing. So if you have the right tools, it makes the job a lot easier.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. The right tools and the right people.
Yeah.
And the right place.
Yeah. People with some skills and knowledge. Yeah. Anything else, Prota?
No, just wanted to ask some of those questions.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me.
Dude, it's so rad, dude. Everything that you're doing out there, especially with the urban project and everything like this, urban skate project.
I'm so stoked those guys brought me in, and
can people join that? Or?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I mean, if you're passionate and you like to build and want to throw a hand, dude, we're more than willing to add more people to the crew. So, but again, you got to be willing to get dirty. throw some mud.
Yeah.
Dig a hole, right? Use a drill. You know, definitely. It's
I do want to get, well, if I'm gonna help out, I do want to get one of those orange shirts. That's for sure.
Oh, okay, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is a requirement. You come build, you got to wear an orange shirt.
Yeah,
because you
gotta look like you're
look
supposed
the
to
part.
be there.
Yeah, because sometimes maybe you're not supposed to be there, but if you got an orange shirt, it looks like you're supposed to be there.
Right. You always belong when you have an orange shirt.
Exactly, dog. And you're doing construction, like, oh, they're supposed to be there. They're, they got the orange shirts. They're construction guys.
Yeah.
I might have to get two, one to rock and one to
want to have a backup. Yeah.
Because I will get dirty if I want to be helping.
Have the work shirt and the nice shirt.
Yep. All right. Now I'm ready to get the clip in this one, and and one to rock on the show as well.
Yeah,
that'd be
for
cool.
sure.
So, yeah, man. Do they sell those shirts, or is it just like kind of like a?
Yeah. No. Urban Skate Park. Yeah. Go to their Instagram online. You can go there, purchase. They have orange, brown, and black. I think Pawn Shop has orange ones too.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, I think it's one of the things now.
All right. Before we get out of here, we're gonna give you a crazy question out of the bowl here.
All right.
Let's see what we get today.
I get to pick.
Yep. I may know which ones they are. That's why I don't want to pick.
All right, here we go. If you could start your own skate company, what's the name?
Ooh. And what would you be selling?
Dang, I don't know.
That's a kind of hard one right there.
Skate company name. Shoot.
I would say he'd come up with a snowboard skate.
I'm gonna say I don't. So I like nature, the mountains. I'm gonna say pine.
Pine. Ooh.
Pine. I don't know. That sounds cool. You can make something pine. I don't know. Pine Skate Co. Pine Skate Co. You can have like a pine tree. You know.
You can have all the different types of pine trees on there.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. So Pine Skate Company. I don't know. There you go. What will we sell? Shoot, everything, dog. Boards, shirts, hats.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So.
I was saying you'd go snowboard skate. That way, when snowboard season is like, all right, I got my gear. You can grab your gear out your own company.
Pine Snow and Skate. There you go.
Pine Snow and Skate. Because there are pine trees out there.
Yeah,
in the mountains, man. I love it, dude. Yeah, because I mean. And they'll be like, "What? It's not maple wood; it's pine wood."
Well, that's the thing. I was just thinking. Back in the day, there was a company called Maple Skate. I remember that skate company.
Yeah.
So
because I think it all used to be maple wood, and I don't know what it is now.
Yeah,
Mexico, China wood.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, PS Sticks. Yeah, made in Mexico.
Yeah,
best stuff they make. So
yeah, but as long as they get the formula right, I'll rock it.
Oh hell yeah!
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So, got that snap in that tail.
Gotta have that pop.
Yep. All right. Any shout outs?
Shout out to my parents, my wife. Appreciate you. Shout out to the P-Side crew. Shout out to Pawn Shop. Shout out to the Old Man Skate crew. Shout out to Every Weekend crew. Chris and Ryan.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I love that. There's so many crews out there.
Yeah, so many crews out there. But yeah, definitely shout out to Pawn Shop, P-Side, Urban Skate Project, and the fam, and my wife.
Yeah, I remember this. I seen your little bag here. I wanted to.
I
forgot to bring it up, but yeah, how you put that patch on that.
Yeah. So Amazon. So and then I just made my own little DIY. Yeah.
I was like, where
do you
gotta get one? Right? I gotta get one. And then you're like, I made it myself. I said, man.
Well, actually, my mom-in-law. So shout out to her, Linda. Yeah, she sewed that on. So she makes all of my custom sew-on patches. Yeah,
dope.
Love her.
Thank you. That's not for sale out there.
No,
but
custom. You can buy the little bag on Amazon, but yeah, you're gonna have to do your own little DIY patch sew-on job. So
yeah. Anyone else to shout out?
No, that's it. Yeah, the fam, my wife, and all the people keeping me rolling. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you everybody out there, and
shout out to you guys for having me. I appreciate you guys. Hell yeah,
thank you.
It's cool.
Listo?
Yeah, I got some shout outs. Shout out number 1, shout out God. Shout out Jason for coming out here, sharing your story. You know, you said that we met before, but maybe I couldn't remember. But now I remember. Like I won't forget you now. You know, sometimes it's just like I'm not there in my head. You know,
good, dog.
You know, it's cool having you out here. You know, so shout out for that. Shout out Where the Locals Sk8. Shout out Peralta. Off to lunch, and shout out my family, mom and dad. You know, they're very sick right now, but I'm trying to do my best to keep them going. And then just shout out to everybody doing good things out there and positive people. Shout out to the skate shop, keeping the skaters rolling. And yeah, let's keep on going. Let's keep on shining and growing.
Hell yeah.
Prata.
Shout out, Jason. Thank you for coming down.
For sure.
No, he didn't remember you, but I did. Just messing around. But yeah, that was cool. I always see you showing me love on Instagram. So shout out to you,
dude.
Cool dude.
Got it, man.
Finally got to know you a little bit better today, so that's pretty badass.
Sure, yeah.
Shout out to like he said, the squad off to lunch. We're out there putting in work, so
nice.
Give us a follow out there.
Yeah, I've seen you guys, dude, doing a lot of work.
Yeah, and then once again, I want to bring awareness to the city of Baldwin Park trying to shut down the skate park and destroy it to build condos.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so I want to bring awareness to that again. So let's all the skaters out there just show up because they have a little list. You go in there, sign up because they want to see how much foot traffic comes.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
action right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you got to go on site to sign the petition? Or
yeah.
can you go online?
Well, no, it's so they have someone out there counting how many people come in and they make you sign your name.
What?
But yeah,
they want to see how much foot traffic comes in.
They're trying to destroy it and make it into townhomes. So I'm like trying to push the awareness out there. Let's not lose a good skate park.
Right.
It's like
I wonder if they could hit a happy medium. What if they tear it down, build homes, but also build a new skate park? Like maybe a plaza type thing or something.
I mean, if they could do that, that would be dope. But
because it's an older skate park,
I think
right?
people like having a skate park there.
Do they?
I mean,
yeah.
I like
find
that
a
park.
new place to put the condos.
Yeah, that's true. I know LA or anywhere Orange County is like impossible, but yeah, hopefully they keep that park.
Yeah.
So you gotta walk on there and sign your name.
Yeah. Like I guess like after school hours they have someone standing out there and
Okay.
you sign your name and then that kind of just says, oh, this is how much foot traffic coming. They're trying to show that they need it because it helps the community.
Yeah, hell yeah. Is there a park next to it too?
Yeah, there's a park next to it and everything. But
Dang, that's whack.
I've heard rumors of something that the mayor has something against skaters.
Probably, bro.
Yeah,
something going on there.
But yeah, everybody please go support.
Definitely go support that.
Anything else, Prata?
Yeah, that's it.
I wanted to mention something. Dude, like, I know I've been seeing it on Instagram, but I've, like, meeting someone on Instagram is different than in person, you know? Like, to me, like, I always get confused, like, I might see someone that, like, I met in person. No, I might see someone that I know on Instagram, but seeing them in person, I might not recognize them on Instagram, like, in person, I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, so one thing is just, like, that's just me, like,
no.
seeing someone in person, it's different than on Instagram.
Oh, for
so
sure.
Like, but it's cool meeting you in person again,
Yeah. When you've never heard their voice or anything, and then all of a sudden you hear you're like, oh yeah, I was expecting a different voice.
Yeah, that could happen too. Yeah, like some big tough dude comes up to you, they're like, hey, how's it going? You're like, whoa. You never know.
Yeah, for sure. Or they look different from their pictures or
videos,
videos,
for sure, dude.
But that's why we do the show here, so so people can get to know like an individual like yourself, and then they can come up to you and be like, hey, dude, I saw you on the show, man. It was rad or whatever.
Or come out to P-Side and let's get a session in for sure.
That's definitely what we got to do too.
That's something I've been putting off way too long.
Yeah, dog, you gotta get out there for sure.
We'll let you know, dude.
For sure, yeah. DM me, let us know what days you guys will be out there,
and then
get some clips.
We're hoping to put together something as well with Pawn Shop for Go Skate Day, but we'll see because I know that lands on a weekday this year. So
well, I know they're having an event on that Friday with Red Bull.
Okay.
So Pawn Shop on Go Skate Day will have like a flat bar with Red Bull, and they're having like an ice cream truck.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see if that
I
happens.
don't know which one. I think it might be Covina because the next day is the grand opening of the skate park.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like June 21st is Go Skate Day, and then June 22nd is
the grand opening.
The grand opening. And they're gonna have like all the vendors there from every skate company will be there.
We'd love to be a part of it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hopefully.
Dude,
we got to find out how to do that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like, I'm not swollen because I'm going to get my wisdom tooth pulled out on the 21st of Go Skateboarding Day.
Go Skateboarding Day? Oh, damn.
All right.
And you know what's a trip? 2 years ago, bro, because I got myself into something. Go Skateboarding Day, I had to turn myself into county.
Oh,
so now it's just like, it's just life things that happen.
Yeah,
we get out of it.
Like I said, you get kicked down, you got to get back up, which you are, dude. At least
and it keeps going and going.
I just trip out that like it lands on like Go Skateboarding Day, something I really love and I'm passionate about, But it's just life situations. You got to put it down and take care of life.
It's just a bump on the road for now. Don't see it as anything.
It's not a bump, it's a setup for good things to come.
Hell yeah, bro. For sure. You're going to learn and it's going to make it better for the next thing around.
Exactly.
Yep. Fun.
Yes, sir.
Again, thank you very much.
Yeah, brother.
Down.
Appreciate it.
Really appreciate it. Everybody out there, go follow him. Jason ELR on Instagram. Go support the Urban Skate Project, please.
Definitely. P-Side.
Yeah.
Send us some money.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Go buy a shirt.
Concrete ain't cheap.
Support.
Yeah, go buy a shirt.
And I got to thank the guys on the 1s and 2s today, of course. everybody out there, the Couch Boys.
Vote for president.
Yeah.
Pedro.
And I gotta thank everybody for tuning in today, and thank you for joining us. Make sure to hit that like button, all notification bell, so you know when we're dropping our episodes.
Yep.
Please share the show out. Tell a friend if you know somebody that wants to be on the show. Hit us up on the Instagram at Where the Locals Skate, or you can email us at wherethelocalskate@gmail.com. I'm OG Skate Show. Until next time, peace out, everybody.